Okay, so we're live in Facebook, and today we're going to talk about healing a leaky gut, and then we can have some questions at the end. And if I can answer them, I will. If Antonietta's still on the call, she's our gut health expert, I'm sure she will as well. So I'm just going to take you through a presentation, just really so you can get an idea of what is happening in the body that causes a leaky gut. What actually is it? And simple ways that you can, or changes that you can make that can hopefully heal it if it is something that you're suffering with. Because I find the more you understand what's happening in the body, the easier it is for us all to manage and heal it. So first of all, we're going to start by looking at a picture. Now, this picture is a cross-section of what's going on in the body. So at the top here, you've got the gut, the bowel. In the middle here, you've got a single cell layer that's protecting and keeping all of the contents from your bowel up here, getting into your bloodstream down here. Because if anything does get through, then your immune system is going to attack it and not know what to do with it. So the body does do an amazing job of keeping it out. And it is just this tiny one cell layer that does it. So on the cell itself here in the middle, you can see that it's got these tiny little bumps. And these are finger-like projections that you might have heard called villi before. And the villi actually increase the surface layer of that cell. So collectively, they're referred to as a brush border because they look a little bit like brushes. And what they do is by having the bumps going up and down, it is going to increase the number of proteins that this surface can contain and the absorptive quality of, or the capacity of that. So it absorbs more because of the little fingers. Now, if we also look at the cells, you can see that they're very tightly packed together. And it's the tightness of the cells that gives us the protection. So a leaky gut simply means that the tightness of the junction has started to open up and allow things to come through that wouldn't necessarily have come through before. So when this happens, the particles go through from the bowel through into the bloodstream, and then an inflammatory process starts as it starts to attack things that shouldn't be there. So autoimmune diseases we know are on the rise. And when we talk about autoimmune diseases, we're going to go on the next slide, we're going to go into a few more, but there's things like diabetes, type 1 diabetes, Crohn's, IBS, lupus, MS. So if we look at this picture, you can see actually here across the middle of the picture, what's happened is that the junction here that would usually be very tight has been aggravated by something and a gap has formed. And at the top of the screen, we can see the triggers or some triggers that can cause this to happen. So today we're going to go into those triggers a bit more and things that you've got available to you, probably already in your home, that you could be using. So we've got at the top there, stress, toxins, pathogens, food particles, drugs, infections. There's stress. If we're mentally stressed for extended periods of time, then it will inhibit the capacity for your immune system to respond quickly. So it all slows down and it affects your ability to heal. So instead of repairing your body, the healing gets diverted to deal with things like excess cortisol levels and stress. So something as simple as lifelong vitality, the supplement that we recommend, takes down the inflammation in the body and it can help calm you down. So even for stress, we normally talk about lifelong vitality for filling the gaps in your nutrition. But actually, they found there's a link as well. We're talking about leaky gut today, but there's something called leaky brain as well. And they found that lifelong vitality, because it reduces the inflammation, if you're suffering with things like panic attacks regularly and you're not sure why, or you're just feeling really down, then lifelong vitality by lowering the inflammation can help in that area. So toxins as well, these are things that can aggravate the villi here and cause the gap to form. That's why we keep going on about cutting out the amount of toxins and chemicals that you're using in your home. You know, we've got all of these things, the cleaning products, we've got the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, think of other toxins, things you put on your skin, putting a clean version on, because what you put on the body is what goes in the body. Some medications, which I didn't know about until I started doing this research, like birth control and steroids, cause a nice environment for fungus to grow. So this environment then nourishes opportunistic fungus like Candida, and it can cause an overgrowth, which can then cause damage to your lining. And so Candida has now actually been linked to birth control pills. Non-steroidal medications mutilate these brushes and shave them down so they're not able to absorb properly, and things start flowing through, which cause the immune response, and we develop autoimmune issues which can then take on a life of their own. So let's break that down a little bit more now. Sorry, I've just got to start sharing again. Hopefully that all makes sense, though. That picture is of what's going on in the body, what's causing it, gaps are forming, and now we're going to look at deeper about what it might mean. So signs that you might have a leaky gut. There's so many things that could be leaked because your gut is everything really within your health, but it's things like a foggy brain, feeling tired all the time, or having less energy than you used to have. It can cause digestive issues like bloating, constipation, diarrhea, all those IBS type symptoms. It can cause mental and emotional issues, low level of anxiety all the time. It can give you headaches. It can affect your sleeping. You've got those autoimmune issues that we spoke about, rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation in the body, chronic fatigue. Maybe you've been ill with the virus, but you're not getting over it as quickly as you should. All of this could be linked. And the one that actually started me looking into all of this is allergies. And it kind of makes sense, because if something gets through, so from the gut into the bloodstream, the body will try to attack it, and then you get this allergic response. So if you have got a leaky gut, this is exactly what's happening. So in theory, we can become allergic to anything. So ways that we can get the gut in order. First of all, alcohol. And we're not saying cut out all alcohol, but if you can, stop drinking so much on a regular basis, if you do. And the reason for that in regards to what we're talking about today is because alcohol tears up that lining, and it requires too many nutrients to break the alcohol down, and it's not even providing any nutritional value itself. So why not try cutting down a bit if you are a regular drinker? And instead of reaching for that glass of wine, get yourself a lovely bottle of sparkling water and try your citrus oils, or even the Meta Power blend is a nice one in sparkling water instead. And the oils, they'll take away that craving for the alcohol. So you're literally switching one drink for another. Now, we started saying about medications that can affect the gut microbiome, which then affects the lining of the gut. And the big one there has to be antibiotics. Yeah, we've overused antibiotics anyway, so a lot of the bacteria is becoming resistant to them. And we say all the time about how the antibiotic doesn't discriminate. It kills everything. The word antibiotic means anti-life. So it's killing all that good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria. So, and this can then aggravate the lining of the cells and cause that leak to come through. So with the microbiome, it's said that we really want to achieve an 80% friendly bacteria to a 20% bad bacteria ratio, so that the bad bacteria can never take over the good bacteria. So that's what we're looking at to be healthy. Something else I was listening to the other day, just to put it in perspective, how much of us is actually our DNA and how much of it is something else, so from a bacteria or something else like that. If you took our body, the size of your big toe is actually your DNA. The rest of it is all made up by something else. So we really need to start thinking about what that something else is and helping the body out a bit. And for antibiotics, I've put some oils there at the bottom left. We've got oregano and tea tree. Remember that video that we shared in the group the other day, how they help with a bacterial infection. So the tea tree goes in and it takes away that sludge that's around the bacteria protecting it, so that the oregano can come in afterwards and actually destroy. It blows up that bacteria so it cannot replicate. So those two, sorry, I've got people coming in the room. Those two on their own could really be helpful. But we've got On Guard as well: wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus and rosemary. Really powerful immune boosting essential oils. So we don't have to put these harmful chemicals or medications into the body when we've got oils that do the job. And On Guard soft gels are the On Guard, but they've got added melissa and black pepper, a bit like doTERRA's version of a flu bomb. And then we looked at non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen and aspirin. So we've got all of our mints, which have got that high menthol content, which can help with pain. And if you didn't see the video I did the other day on the October offers, where I really looked at menthol and how menthol works and how it helps with the pain, then do have a look back at that. Because this month we got that super mint blend as well, which is combining all of those oils. If you're doing your LRP order and getting the free Japanese peppermint this month, that's got twice as much the menthol content as your regular peppermint. So for pain, that's going to be really a bit of a game changer. You've got your deep blue, which has got wintergreen in it. Now, if you look at the chemical composition of wintergreen, it's exactly the same as the aspirin, but in a natural form. So there are other things that we can use. So looking at reducing stress. So this is reducing stress. This is about addressing the levels of stress that you're under and the tools that you've got to help. So you could work with your oils and different techniques to allow yourself to relax and reduce those stress levels. And on the left, I love this graphic because how are you feeling? If your answer is I'm okay, but I could do with a bit of a boost, then the oils that are recommended are chia from the emotions kit, or bergamot or lemon. If you're feeling I'm starting to struggle, getting too much, then you've got forgive, balance, and eucalyptus. I think that's it. I'm having a really hard time, got your adaptive oil, or peppermint, the oil of a buoyant heart, or peace from the emotions oils. Or if you think that's it, I'm in need of a lot of support, then bring in your lavender, serenity, and console. So we've got these oils that can help us with this part of the process. This is about helping the body to respond better to stress so that it can do what it needs to do to heal the leaky gut. Techniques you could use are breathwork. Breathwork's an amazing technique. It's breathing, but it's breathing in a controlled and different way so that you reduce your stress levels. We've already got a program called Stepping Into You, which is a 30-day program that you can have access to as a customer. You get free access to all of these. So just reach out and ask us if you haven't been sent that link. But also one of the things I would like to do is actually create a new breathwork program that's maybe 3 or 4 days, introducing you to different breathwork techniques for someone that doesn't want to spend a month following the program. But also bringing in things like exercise. We were talking before we came on, walking the dog, going for a walk. It doesn't have to be strenuous, I'm at the gym every night, but it's just doing some exercise will help to reduce those levels of stress. And meditation, just sitting quietly, putting an oil on your hands, breathing it in. In all of our programs, we do meditations. So if you'd like me to share the links for the oil programs that we've got to remind you, just let me know. So next thing on our journey to heal a leaky gut is to cut out the toxins. So things like avoiding processed foods, junk food, fast food, and artificial sweeteners. Cutting out sugar, reducing gluten, So we've got to a point now, actually, where most people should avoid gluten, or at least not have huge amounts. It's just not good. It aggravates the gut lining. And dairy as well, the sugar, the lactose, and the proteins have a structure very similar to gluten, which can cause inflammation and leaky gut. So you're cutting those things out and then you're bringing things in. So something like intermittent fasting, I've been looking a lot at this lately. Give the body a chance to heal. Now, they recommend for intermittent fasting, if you can fast for 16 hours a day, this gives the body a chance to heal. And when I read that, it resonated because naturally, that's what I would do. So for me, if you think 16 hours, you might be thinking, oh, I can't not eat for 16 hours a day, but you're asleep for most of that. So if you had your last meal at 6 o'clock in the evening, and then you didn't eat again until 9, 10 o'clock the next day, then you've had your 16 hours for the body to fast. So it's not as bad as it initially sounds. I personally, sorry,
just picked up your email for some reason.
Sorry, I'm trying to mute Susie and I can't. Don't really want to hear her conversation. There we go. Yeah. So so something it's easy for me to do because it's very natural. I don't actually feel hungry when I wake up in the morning, so I don't eat until I do feel hungry, which is often around 10, 11, even lunchtime sometimes. Eat things like bone broth. Eat more raw plant-based foods. Eat healthy fats and try to get rid of the trans or hydrogenated fats. One thing that's not on there actually as well, it would be eat organic if you can. I always thought that organic had more nutrients, but actually the reason for eating organic, or a big reason, is because the pesticides that are used on the food that we're eating are then getting into our body, which is then getting into our gut, which is then causing a problem on our lining and causing that leaky gut. So if you can eat organic, then you're cutting out the amount of pesticides that you're eating. Increase fiber. Now this is good because this is about decreasing the amount of time that the food is actually in transit. And by increasing the fiber, that speeds it all up. So supplements that can help you. First of all, one of the big tips was increase your alpha lipoic acid. And alpha lipoic acid is found in our lifelong vitality pack, as of course is all of the other nutrients and things that you need to have a healthy diet. Definitely use your digestive enzymes, which with doTERRA it's called Terrazyme, and this is to break down the food into smaller particles that are easier to digest and assist the body's nutrient absorption, as well as assisting your body's intestinal repair. So remember, we're coming at this as a way of healing leaky gut. And then you definitely want to reinstate the beneficial bacteria into your gut with a high quality pre and probiotic. So the prebiotic feeds the probiotic. And also have a diverse microbiome by switching up the probiotics. So why not start with the adult probiotics and then every now and then throw in a month of the kids' probiotics, because then you're getting slightly different. But also have a look at your food and add fermented foods into your diet. There's actually been a link between autism and leaky gut. So studies now are showing this link between spectrum disorders, really, like ADD, ADHD, and autism. And what we're finding is that probiotics in younger people can make a really big difference to them. So if you have an autistic or ADHD in the family and you want to try this, it could be something as simple as trying them with a probiotic and seeing what difference that makes. Now, the probiotic for children, PB Assist Junior, is actually out of stock at the moment. I do have a couple of boxes, actually, so if you wanted something quickly, I do have a couple of things unopened. But definitely in November when they come back, then you can start them on that. So that's good news in a way, isn't it? It's not like, oh, I've got leaky gut and that's it for me for the rest of my life. It's possible to heal it in a short period of time if you're diligent about it. And you can see improvements in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. So something you might like to do first of all is a cleanse. And the cleanse and renew pack come with GX Assist and PB Assist. So you're getting your probiotics, but you're also getting GX Assist, which is the cleanse part. So you would take the GX Assist for 10 days, and then you would stop taking the GX Assist and bring in the PB Assist, which is putting the probiotics, the good stuff, back in. So if you felt you wanted to start from there, that's what I'd recommend. But actually, if you just want to you bring in some things that are going to start to heal it, then these three down the bottom here would be my recommendation. Your lifelong vitality pack, Terrazyme, your plant enzymes to break down the food so that it absorbs easier and doesn't just sit there in your gut for a long period of time, and the PB Assist, the probiotics, so that you're getting the balance of the microbiome up in that 80-20% ratio. On one of the trainings that I went on, I had to share this with you because this lady came on at the end, and maybe there's people on the call today that would share their experiences. But she came on at the end and she said, since she started Lifelong Vitality, she said, I feel mental clarity. Chemo brain isn't a thing anymore. So this lady's obviously been on a bit of a journey with the chemo. It's like my brain has been regenerated or something, and it's getting whole again. When I get up in the morning, I don't drag myself out of bed. I pop up ready, and the energy I had a few years ago is coming back. The only thing I've changed is lifelong vitality and fasting for a few days a week. So you can see the effects that these kind of things are having on people. So I'm going to come back in the room in a moment, but I just wanted to put it out there to you. Maybe there's one, might not be talking to everyone here, I might just be talking to one person, and you'll know, it will resonate if that's you. But what I wanted to ask you is, do you feel like you'd like to be a part of something that's making a difference? Because if you do, there's different ways you can get involved. And that really is how it feels. I get calls pretty much every week saying, just really saying thank you for introducing me to this. It's changed things, it's changed my life. So if you want to get involved with us, you can. There's different ways. You could just invite someone to come along to one of our classes, or a one-to-one to have a private chat. And what we're going to do is, for every person you send, I've got these really lovely doTERRA rollers, I hope you can see them, but they've got rose quartz tops. And I'd like to give you one of those as a thank you for every person that you send to a class or a one-to-one. Now, your person doesn't have to buy anything. It's not linked to that. It's just linked to sending someone that that's open to listening about a different way of supporting their health. So class-wise, in Marlow, I've got one this Thursday at 7:30, but I also do teach online every other Thursday. So if it's something you can help us with and you want to, just let us know. You might want to get inviting a few people on a more regular basis, in which case we'd say to you, well, look, you might as well get paid by doTERRA for this. You could earn a little bit of money, or you could earn enough to pay for your oils each month. And thirdly, you might be sitting there thinking, do you want to join us as an oils coach and become part of our team? So if you do, that resonates with you, then just let us know, because we can show you how you could develop an income helping others and making a difference. And we give you all training on that. So just let us know if that is you that I'm talking to and that's resonated in some way, then just get in touch. Okay, so I'm coming back into our Zoom room now, and I'm sure you've got lots of questions. So if you would like to unmute and ask, and I'm so glad Antonietta's on the call.
Thanks for that, Debbie.
All right, did it make sense?
Yeah, I started doing the gut cleanse on Sunday because of some health issues that I found out about last week. So Sunday was my day, because Saturday I had a christening to go to, so I thought I'm not going to start while I'm away. Can you just clarify the GX Assist and the PB? You said to take the GX Assist for 10 days. How long would you take the PB Assist for then?
Ongoing after that.
Okay, because then the other thing was the LLV, Terrazyme and PB Assist as well. So would you just do like GX Assist for 10 days, but take the LLV, Terrazyme and PB Assist ongoing?
So the full cleanse, the 30-day cleanse, as doTERRA sell it, is if you're not already on lifelong vitality, you start lifelong vitality in the first 10 days. Yeah, if you're already on lifelong vitality, then you can go straight to the second part, which is GX assist.
Okay.
So you've got your lifelong vitality, then you carry on with lifelong vitality all the way through the program. But on day 10, you bring in GX assist, which is the cleanse part. You take that for 10 days. You're still doing your lifelong vitality. And then after 10 days, you stop your GX assist, put it away in the cupboard for next time you want to use it. And you start your PB assist, which is putting all the probiotics back in. And then you carry on with lifelong vitality and PB assist after that. Because like I was saying in that video as well, it's an ongoing process because we're constantly under stress or bombarded by toxins and things like this. So it's that part of it is an ongoing process. Yeah.
And thanks. I need to, as I said, I started the gut cleanse anyway, so it's quite timely with this because, and I'm doing it I'm going to do it for 3 months with a break in between. So yeah, quite useful to know how. I didn't really know enough about the Terrazyme either, or the GX assist, so I'll bring those in.
Yeah, Terrazyme is just plant enzymes that help us to break down the food, and we get these enzymes naturally from plants, from food that we eat. We also produce enzymes ourselves, but after the age of about 40, we start, like everything else, producing less. So now we're only getting it from the food that we're eating. So that's why more and more people are supplementing, because we're not getting it from the food. The quality, the nutritional value of the food isn't as good as it used to be. And also, as we get older, we're producing less ourselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely fitted all of those. Well, not all of those. What's brought it up for me is the allergies. Everything else, pretty much on your list, I was okay with. It's the allergy side of it. But if you saw my diet, Antonietta would probably turn blue and faint. I just became a chocoholic. Carbs, and this all started because of COVID, the lockdowns and everything. It's all comfort eating, and then trying to get out. It's just definitely, I don't believe anybody who says it's not an addiction. It's definitely addiction. Trying to get myself off the sugar and the gluten is so difficult. So that's why I'm going cold turkey with this.
Sugar is more addictive than heroin.
Oh, I can believe it, definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely with the sugar. But that Meta Power blend, that is one of the things. If you're craving sugar, or it used to be called Smart and Sassy, but they've reformulated it into Meta Power. If you're craving sugar, just put a couple of drops into a glass of water and drink it, and it does take away the craving for the sugary snack that you're wanting.
Yeah, it's all right doing that though, isn't it? But then you think it doesn't taste as good as a bar of chocolate. It's got to be it's in my head as well.
Yeah, you've got to be focused.
Pardon?
You've got to be focused. The thing is, when you start to eat, eating properly, and you're eating to the body footprint, so you have to have lots of greens, fibers, and hydrating really, really well. That craving just goes away. You don't even think about chocolate. It just goes away, but you've got to be committed.
Absolutely, totally agree. I mean,
and making sure you're eating regularly as well, so that, because it's all about the blood sugars. The blood sugars is so important, because if you have erratic blood sugars, then you're never going to get that microbiome working properly, because they work interconnected. So the blood sugars are so important, and that's when those cravings just disappear.
Okay.
And what you'll find though is that when you come off your 3 months that you decided to do, and you think, oh, I'm going to treat myself to a bit of chocolate, you just watch. The next day, same time, your brain will be like, oh, I want a bit more chocolate.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've got to with this go cold turkey, I mean, I haven't had alcohol for years. If I can give up alcohol, and if I can give up fizzy Coke, like I haven't had for 10-12 years, I haven't drunk any fizzy drinks at all, because I did a study about how strokes and effects, what causes it for women, such like. If I can do that, why can't I give up the blooming chocolate and the carbs? So yeah, it's definitely in my head. So this is a good start. Thanks, Debbie.
Well done.
Yeah.
Alison, you've got your Zoom hand raised. Do you want to ask a question? Or
Yes, yeah, if that's okay.
yeah.
You can have a quick peek at me, but I look so awful. I'm turning me off again. I'm in bed with COVID. But I wanted to know if it's I'm not taking my lifelong vitality right this second because I just can't actually swallow the pills at the moment. I have got my soft gels. And I thought that when I stopped testing positive, what I was going to do is probably do a little cleanse. Probably I cannot recommend Antonietta any of Antonietta's cleanses or eating programs are just absolutely amazing. By the way, Catherine, that they really have no sugar or anything, and it was just amazing the one I did back in April. But that's what I was thinking of doing, something like that. Do you think that'll be okay?
First of all, I would say, so if you can't take your lifelong vitality, I'm presuming that's because you've got a sore throat, is it? And it's too hard to get down?
I can't stomach anything at the moment. I'm just sort of like really I'm only on day 2 and I can't, the thought of swallowing, I've gone down to the little mini beadlets for my soft gels because I've been sick quite a lot as well. Okay. So
all right, as soon as you can tolerate them again.
I'll definitely go back to my lifelong vitality. But do you think I should do a cleanse?
I would just going back to the lifelong vitality a sec. If you can't take them, just break them. Maybe get someone if you can to make you a little smoothie. And loads of fruit and just break them into it, so you're getting that. I personally, I mean, Antonietta might have a different opinion. I would do a cleanse when you're feeling better. At the moment, you want to replenish so that the body heals.
Right.
Absolutely. I would just listen to your body. If it doesn't want anything, just hydrate. Just give it its basic needs. Yeah. And then slowly, when you start feeling like you want to eat, have some really nice hot soups, the mum's broth that I have on the program. Get those inside you slowly when you're ready. And then, like Debbie said, once you're feeling better, then because what will happen I've noticed with a lot of my clients is, when you're not feeling well and then you're trying, especially if you've been sick, you try, sometimes it's actually, so the good idea of Debbie having, take it away from the capsule, because those capsules can irritate the colon, any capsules. So when you're feeling really, really delicate, but actually sometimes when you're putting in all the vitamins and the minerals, it's just too much when the body's just trying to repair.
Yeah, I'm craving. Which happened when I had it like nearly 2 years ago, because I've sworn, like I've been around so many people with COVID and stuff, and this time the only thing I can put it down to, because I haven't really been around a lot of people, I always feel I've kept myself so safe with my oils and things, was I got so drenched on Friday. I think that I got so cold, and I think that maybe there was like a little, a leak in my immune guard, washed away in the rain.
I just say though that a virus is actually a cleanse. You're going through a big cleanse. It doesn't always have to be caught from somewhere else. It could just be that your cells have got toxic and are cleansing. So
and that's why I was wondering, doing a cleanse, because I do feel that because of course I'm not eating anything, I'm just drinking water with my lemon in it. I feel that I'm sort of purging a bit at the moment, and that does make me feel, now I've got rid of everything bad in my body, I'll be able to cleanse it into the good stuff. But I am craving those big giant oranges, which is funny. I always, when I'm not well, I crave those giant oranges, which of course is the vitamin C, isn't it? Probably.
The body knows.
Body knows. Listen to the body. And just sleep and rest, and
that's what I'm doing. I'm just riding it out.
Diffuse your lovely On Guard and your oils, diffusing really good, and you need it for your throat and stuff. Put them on your throat.
I've got them all going. Okay,
thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Right. Kim, have you've got your Zoom hand up? Did you want to ask something? Or Karen?
Might be working.
Karen, got your Zoom hand up?
Yeah, yep. Hi. I'm glad you're doing this today because my daughter's been taking Terrazymes. She's been having lots of like anxiety, and my youngest daughter, that is, and with her stomach. So she's found that it's really helped with her stomach and everything else. But the question I wanted to ask is, you know, the ADHD for children, I'm coming across that quite a lot now, especially with my eldest daughter at school with different children being diagnosed. I was wondering if we could put together like a little program or something that I can share with these parents that are coming forward that really need the help. So that's the question. Or even if it was like a little video, Debbie, putting more on you.
Yeah, of course we can. We've got, I think Jackie's got a lovely presentation on to help ADHD and autism. So we can certainly have a look at that and bring it in to a little program if you feel that you've got some parents that would like to join it.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It'll be good to put, I think it'll be good to put it out to schools. So through certain teachers, maybe, you know, go in and show it to them.
What would be great is if you could do a little bit of market research and maybe the schools that you think once we've got the program, we'll tell them about it. Why not go to that school now about the idea and see if they're interested?
Right. Okay, cool.
That would be really helpful to get a gauge of who's interested and who are we delivering this program to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So you gave me a bit of work and I batted it back.
As you do.
Has anyone else got any questions or anything they'd like to share?
Karen just mentioned in the chat about the Terra Greens, and I'm a big fan of the Terra Greens as well, so that would help during this gut cleanse as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You did a thing on Terra Greens, didn't you?
Yeah.
We'll have a
I was
look at
going to
that.
say that my daughter ran out of Terra Greens, and she's like, the last time she said, I'll give you my kidney for part of your one of the last scoop of your one, and so we've run out totally, and she's like, where is it? Oh. So I'm ordering today, so she'll be happy by the time it comes. But she uses it a lot because she's a gym buddy as well. Do you know what I mean? So gym bunny, and it's really helping her, and she's noticing the difference of not having the Terra Greens every day. So like, yeah, so just want to say that.
Yeah, that's good to know. I've not really tried them, so maybe something I should.
I used to have them all the time. I haven't ordered them for ages. I don't know why. Might have to have a little look at those again. Yeah, nice drink.
It is nice. Even I like it, Debbie, so you will.
Wow, that is recommendation, everyone.
Yeah, it is. If I like it, everybody else will.
Oh, okay. Any other questions? No. I hope you enjoyed today's subject, and I hope it's opened up your mind to actually, could there be something could that be something that I'm suffering with, and ways to try and see.
Yeah.
But also, if there are any other subjects like this, what we've done today, that you're interested in, then I'd love to research them and bring some information to you. So just let us know either in the Facebook group or put it into the chat now if you can think of something straight away, because that really helps us then bring to you what you want to learn about.
I sat in on Jackie's ADHD thing, and it was really good.
We've got adrenal fatigue. There we go.
I was just reading a bit about the old wintergreen and the aspirin, and apparently taking the two together is pretty bad because the wintergreen is so strong. So
yeah, you wouldn't. It's like doubling up on your.
Don't do
aspirin.
it.
Yeah, don't take aspirin if you're using wintergreen, and don't use wintergreen if you're on aspirin.
Aspirin, yeah,
because it's the same thing. So it's just like having double.
Yeah, it's more than double in the wintergreen compared to the aspirin. That's what it's saying on the online. So it is really very bad. Don't do it.
I'm not. I would just take wintergreen.
Yeah, I'm going to just take wintergreen. I don't take aspirin anyway, but I'm supposed to. So I'll just go with that.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I mean, they talk about it because of blood thinning properties, but then they say they've not actually done any research.
It was saying in here it's circulation. It's good for your circulation. So somebody, even if it's not doTERRA, they have done it, and they do say it's good for your circulation. So, go for it.
It's interesting.
Okay, we've got Antonietta.
I was just responding to the chat.
An interesting journey, adrenal fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let us know. There's no more in the chat at the moment. Yeah, let us know if you think of a subject you want to know more about. We've got ADHD from Karen, and we've got adrenal fatigue from Judy. So, and if not, I will bring something to you.
Okay, thank you. Great, guys.
All right, thanks
very
everyone.
much.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Thank you, Debbie.
Debbie, have you got
Bye.
tickets?
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.